We're here with Deb Brooks, and she has been coming here for some time. How long have you been coming here, Deb?
I have been doing GPCAA for about 38 years.
Well, that is great. And what exactly do you do here?
I create jewelry from metal clay, precious metal clay. It starts out as a clay, and I do the design work, and then I put it in this kiln and fire it. And then once it is fired, I can finish it with a patina, and it comes out to be finer sterling silver jewelry.
Well, that is just great. And you can do it in the time frame of our activities, so that's also good.
Yes.
And I imagine you probably have people come and start a piece and they float somewhere else, and then they come back later, or while it's in the kiln, then they come back.
Right, because there's a little time where it has to dry before we sand, and then there's time up to 2 hours of firing, so they can go and work somewhere else and come back. And then once it's out of the kiln, we can finish the piece by putting a patina on it and ear wires or chain or whatever we need to do to finish the piece. So, yes.
So what keeps bringing you back? You've been coming here for a long time. Well, what got you into this initially? What was your gateway drug to finding this place?
Well, a beautiful woman named Kathy Schaefer, she's no longer with us, was doing this workshop, and she would come and say, Deb, you've got to do this workshop. And I had little ones, and I'm going, 4 days, and this is probably not a good idea. But probably after a couple years of coaxing me, I finally said, okay, I'll come for one day. I came the one day, and I was so overwhelmed. There was so much to do and so much I wanted to do, and I crammed everything in one day. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to come 2 days the next year. I came 2 days, and I finally decided it's not worth it. I'm coming 4 days, and I've come 4 days for probably about 36 or 37 years now. So,
have you made friends that have lasted outside of this 1 week in April?
Oh, definitely. And if you haven't seen them for a year, it's just wonderful reunion when you come back, and the friendship, and just they become your sisters or your friends for life. So it's wonderful.
I agree with that. Well, thank you so much, Deb. Your work is just gorgeous. You've inspired so many people.
Thank you, Rose.